This is how hot dogs are born.
That's right.
Only in Montreal can the classic Steamy get a foodie upgrade.
To hot dogs, whether they be bad or good.
I always love doing the tomatoes because you get to just sit down.
Only in Montreal can you pick the city's freshest tomatoes atop an industrial complex.
This is good.
Yeah.
This is good.
What are we going to be doing here?
We're opening up a beehive, actually.
Only in Montreal does honey flow down from the rooftops.
Modern science.
All right. I remember when I was in film school, I had this professor that hated everything.
Really? Everything.
Everything. Everything about Montreal. He thought we were backwards.
Sounds like a fun class.
I didn't want to listen to him because you wore a beret, but when you did, you realized he made some sense. He talked about our flat rooftops and how they're being totally unused, right? They're being wasted. And he used to say, Dimitri, put bees on top of roofs in Montreal, everything okay, everything be nice. Now there's this company in Montreal that's doing it. So when I heard about it, man, I went to have a visit, and it was beautiful.
You didn't just do that. Did you
I
really just do that?
Today's a big day. I get to learn about urban beekeeping. I'm going to hook up with Alvéole, a new company that makes it easy to be a beekeeper right here in Montreal. And if I get stung, my danger pay kicks in. Finally!
Whether it's for a business or a home, clients pay Alvéole to rent and maintain beehives so they can get the freshest, most delicious local honey Montreal has to offer. Lee and Maya are new clients.
Beautiful place.
Thank you.
So why'd you want to ruin it with bees?
Well, it's funny because I'd never really thought about keeping bees in the city. And then when it turned out to be something that was possible, suddenly it was something we both agreed, hey, we really want to do that.
What do you think you're going to get out of it? A healthier garden, some honey?
Just the idea of having them around, it makes you feel good. It's fun to watch.
And they're fascinating.
Yeah.
They do these little dances and they're soft and they're docile and we haven't been stung yet.
We haven't been.
Well, no kidding. They're not anywhere. Where do you keep them?
Well, in fact, they're just up there.
Really? Right up here, huh?
Yeah.
Alex McLean is one of Alvéole's founders and owners. Driven by a passion to do something fresh and sustainable for the city, he got things started just over a year ago. His love and respect for these busy little guys is absolutely contagious. I'm gonna shadow him on a few site visits before tasting some delicious honey later.
This is it.
Really?
This is the Mylan beehive.
So Alex, what are we going to be doing here?
We're opening up a beehive, actually.
Okay.
We're going to go through a full inspection, make sure the hive is healthy.
And once we open the hive, what's going to happen?
Bees all over the place.
Bees everywhere!
No. They're quite docile. It's just going to be a quite relaxing experience.
So we're fencing?
No, not quite. Not quite.
No?
Similar outfit, but no,
Yeah.
just for bee protection. So I think you should put this on.
Okay. This is very flattering. So why am I wearing this suit and you're not?
Because I've been doing this for 6 years.
So you don't get stung like every single time you open one of these things?
No.
Really?
When you deal with a single hive like this, the chances of getting stung are very, very low.
Whoa! Not as gross as I imagined so far.
No, it's really nice actually. It's all organized, you got your 10 frames. Basically they go and build their honeycomb on each of these different frames and then we can remove them without actually breaking the honeycomb. So right here, if you see at the bottom of the frame here, or in the center part, this is all pollen. And you can see they're super chill, you can kind of touch them like that.
Hey, wow.
So you see a frame like that when it's full of honey could be 2 or 3 times heavier than that.
Imagine this is how you bought honey at the store?
They say, honey like this, they found in pyramids on there after 2,000 years and it's still okay.
Really?
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
Next stop is an architecture firm called Arcop. Their work can be seen at Place Bonaventure, Place Ville-Marie, and the Sir Wilfrid Laurier building at Concordia. Sylvia Trudeau is the office manager and was responsible for getting a hive on the firm's rooftop. And today is a big day for her too.
So Sylvia, you've never seen inside this hive? First time. I don't want to alarm you, but they seem a lot angrier than at the last place, Sylvie.
You can give it a couple puffs of smoke right in there.
What do you think so far?
It's exciting.
It's pretty amazing, huh? You haven't seen anything
How many
yet.
bees do you think?
So I'd say about 7,000 or 8,000. It grows to about 50,000.
We're in the concrete jungle. How far can these bees go?
When they're foraging, they can travel 3 to 5 kilometers around the hive. Get easy access to the mountain up there. They can go to the St. Lawrence River down here.
The vertical distance doesn't matter at all.
People have been keeping bees on rooftops for, what, 5 years, 6 years?
That's it?
So it's kind of like there's no data yet.
You're on the cusp of something. Man, all the other architects are going to be so jealous.
I hope so.
Pretty cool stuff, and the best part is yet to come. While the site visits are fun, the honey is extracted at their garage back in Rosemount.
This is it.
What?
I know.
Such humble beginnings, huh?
We build everything actually from scratch here.
What's this, the pistachio ice cream maker?
This is our portable honey extractor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we bring this to clients, and often in the office we'll extract the first batch of honey just so everyone can see how it works.
I know it's really early in the season, but do you have any frames that we can extract?
Yeah, not very much, but
enough to blow their minds at home.
So this is really honey that's ready to be extracted. What we do is we kind of just get rid of these cappings. Oh, these are nice and hard.
Whoa.
And so we kind of just open up these alveoli.
Pretty cool, man.
So we kind of just throw in the frame like this, and we're ready to go.
So I should just go fast?
Go fast.
Modern science.
As you're turning, the honey leaves the cells on the honeycomb and just goes on the sides, and it's gonna, basically all the honey is gonna collect at the bottom of the stainless steel jar, and then we'll be able to extract it from the bottom.
Pretty cool, Alex.
Working a little hard here, but you get a bit of honey at the end.
There's nothing for me. I can bench press 3-4 pizzas easy.
Stop it. So you just unscrew that.
Oh, man.
That's some prime local honey there.
Where were these frames from? Are they right around here in
No,
Rosemount?
these frames are from Westmount. It's a good, nice color there.
Mm-hmm.
What do you taste?
Well, I mean, it's honey, but there's a... Is it minty? Is it a little bit of a mint kind of?
There's a bit of a mint taste.
Like a little.
Yeah, that's the linden tree actually that you find a lot in Westmount and
Really?
in Mount Royal.
Wow, so every neighborhood in Montreal has its own flavor.
Exactly. Yeah, we have 30 hives in 15 different neighborhoods across the city, and they're all going to taste and look different. And so far, Pointe Saint Charles has the best honey.
Really? It's exactly projects like this that ensure that Montreal stays happy, healthy, and self-sustainable.
This is the last place I would expect there to be a farm.
This is the farm of tomorrow, and if we can do it here in Montreal, we can do it in cities all over the world.
Once in a while, a young entrepreneur comes along with an idea that everyone dismisses as crazy.
Oh, like the kid that invented that thing to let you wash your baseball cap in the dishwasher. He's made millions off of that one now. Kid's rich.
Right.
Rich kids.
Well, then exactly. And a great example of that is the founder of Lufa Farms. He is a leader in urban commercial rooftop farming, and he's really revolutionizing the way that we eat in the city, starting right here in Montreal.
The cars, the roads, the highways, the parking lots. This is the last place I would expect there to be a farm. Yet right beside me in an unassuming brick building is the future of agriculture, Lufa Farms, the world's first and biggest commercial rooftop garden.
With daily drop-offs at collection points around the city, Lufa Farms has made it possible for Montrealers to eat fruit and veg on the very same day they are picked. Today I'm going to live out the ultimate farm-to-table experience, starting right here with Lufa's founder, Mohammed Haji.
7 years ago, I had a crazy idea at 2 a.m. in the morning of putting farms on big building towers and producing food in a more sustainable way and selling it to the people in the building itself. And the very next day, I started looking into it, started visiting farms, and I started really building a team with different expertise to help make this project work. And it took about 4 years before we even could start construction. Today we've got a 31,000 square foot farm, and we're feeding over 2,000 people.
And what does Lufa mean?
It's a plant that grows in Lebanon, where I come from. It's the same family as cucumber, and it grows on rooftops. And it really cools down the building, it gives you food, and when it's dry, it gives you the sponge. It's a plant that really asks for nothing and gives so much in exchange. And we see a lot of parallels between the plant and what we're doing.
The world population reached 7 billion people, I think, last year. What is the biggest challenge in agriculture?
The biggest challenge is to grow more food on not so much more land, produce with less water, less nutrients, no pesticides, no herbicides, practically no transportation or packaging. This is what's needed to make the farm of tomorrow both profitable and sustainable. And if we can do it here in Montreal, we can do it in any city, on any roof. But we hope to see this become a concept, become an industry that flourishes in cities all over the world.
Awesome.
Lebanon included.
While Loofah has global ambitions, their impact is distinctly local and hands-on, from how they grow their plants to how they pick them.
Yeah, it's different with two people on it. I always love doing the tomatoes because you get to just sit down and...
Do you pick tomatoes every morning?
Yeah, we do like 500 tomatoes every day.
At what time do you get here in the morning to pick the tomatoes?
We get here we start at 5 because we pick them the same day that we deliver it.
Right, so do you usually always do the tomatoes?
Yeah. Usually we give the cucumbers to the new guy.
What? Why?
Because the cucumber plants, they're prickly and they're kind of annoying, and like you have to pick like 700 of them.
So what do I need to know about harvesting tomatoes?
It's really all about making sure that they're ripe. They can get soft or they can get cut.
Yeah.
And so those aren't good.
So what do you do with those?
We actually end up donating most of them.
What about these ones?
Yeah, so those ones would all be good. So if you hold it,
yeah,
and then put your thumb there,
yeah,
and then just push it. Yeah.
Huh, it smells really fresh.
Yeah. I know, when I first started working here, like, I was just blown away. I'd never really had a fresh tomato.
This is good.
Yeah.
This is good.
Once you eat like really good food, you don't need to eat as much because it's more about nutrients.
Yeah, some tomato there now.
Once the veg and fruit are picked, they're ready to be boxed. Loofah doesn't ship to markets or grocery stores, instead preparing pre-ordered boxes for individuals and or businesses.
So what is this stuff, Olivier?
So that's the stuff we put all in the basket. We have, today we have, for the basket we will do some tomatoes, asparagus. We have this one in English, I don't know.
Broccoli.
Broccoli?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Same thing. And so are the baskets the same every day?
The people choose a kind of basket, and now the people can customize them.
Loofah ships the boxes to 160 collection points across the city, such as Bakery La Betapin, where customers pick up their orders and get cooking. Whether they're heading home to cook with their family or cooking for clients, the results cannot be beat.
So Marc-André, you're the owner here at Le Saint-Urbain.
Exactly, yeah.
So why did you decide to partner with Loofah Farms?
The whole company is beautiful. The way they think, the way they produce vegetables is sustainable, is smart and young.
So do you feel like it's the consumers that are asking themselves questions about where their food comes from?
People want a local product. They want seasonal products. They want to know where it's coming from. See.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah. It's an organic salmon that's smoked in-house.
Okay.
We're using here the cucumbers from Loofah Farm, as well as the sunflower shoots with peanuts and sesame.
This is very fresh.
Very fresh,
like
exactly. I mean,
perfect for the summer, right?
Vegetables are picked in the morning. They never go in the fridge. They just come here.
This is a pepper soup.
Exactly. What we got this morning was red peppers, yellow peppers.
Very good.
There you go.
It's very, like, comforting.
Yeah, it doesn't get, like, really amazing.
It's such a simple thing to do, but it's so good. I love it. I've had an amazing day at Loofah today, so it's only normal that I would want to pick up my very own Loofah box, and now I don't have to go to the grocery store anymore. I learned that you can grow your food right here at the heart of the city. It doesn't have to be flown in, it doesn't have to be trucked in, and you can totally be green and still be profitable.
These are sheep intestines.
Kids, don't get discouraged if your first hot dog doesn't taste like a pack of hot dogs. Just keep on trying. You know what? We could use more dog.
If you guys are going to be spending so much time up on these rooftops, you're going to need to eat something, right?
Right.
What's a food that you can take anywhere you want to go, any time of day, any time of year?
Poutine.
Pig knuckles.
Both are correct, but there's another one, and it's hot dogs.
Oh!
Hot dogs, you put it in a bun, and you walk out, and you can just eat it anywhere you like. When I was a kid, my mom used to take my sisters and my brother and I to Belle Province, and we could have as many hot dogs as we wanted. It was the best day of the month, guaranteed. But now, I am an older gentleman, and I require the finer things. I have a refined palate.
You sure do, pal.
I want a Frankfurter made of finer things. Thank the sweet Lord for show dogs. Two guys who took the old ballpark Frank and made it into so much more.
The mighty, mighty Montreal hot dog. While the poutine may have captured our imaginations, this little guy is in competition with nobody for our hearts. As Montrealers, we all have memories of being taken to Montreal Pool Room, Dick Carey hot dog, La Fleur's, Belle Province, what have you. We've eaten millions of these things. Two guys decided to step up the city's game when it came to our hot dogs, and they created Show Dogs, an artisanal hot dog company, where they only use ingredients that you can name.
Believe it or not, it was in the kitchen of this Westmount culinary bookstore where owner Jonathan Chung teamed up with Mark Daigle to create the first show dog.
It was a great place to start and test it out and see if the hot dog thing could work out, and you know what? It worked out really well.
Since then, it's been full steam ahead, and now the show dog food truck can be seen all over town, as well as at festivals and big events. So my plan is to take these new hot dog artists to sample what I believe is Montreal's quintessential guilty pleasure hot dog. But first, I'm going to take the plunge and see what goes into one of these guys' homemade dogs.
When did man look at a pile of meat and then sheep's intestines and say, I'm going to try and stuff this in there because I got this feeling that this is going to be a good way to eat it?
The history of a hot dog is kind of like there's a few stories.
Some people claim the hot dog's called a hot dog because there was dog.
When they were making their master recipe, they tasted it and they thought, you know what? We could use more dog. This thing is missing dog. It doesn't look like it, but this is essentially a hot dog.
But most of our hot dogs, they start off by using chuck, which comes from the shoulder, and pork shoulder. They're perfect for hot dogs. We have our seasonings right here. So the first thing that we're gonna be doing is blending together the meat and the spices and just mixing it until it essentially comes together.
Look at that stuff. I'm smelling it here. I can get I'm getting a little whiff of something.
You know it's a good hot dog when once you've eaten it and you burp and you can taste the hot. You taste like a hot dog. That's when you know you've got a good hot dog. The ice is an important element to a hot dog as well because in the blending process it keeps it cold, but it also incorporates water.
Right. Okay.
Which a hot dog has a certain amount of water content.
Okay, so what is this all about?
Well, we're checking the temperature of the meat. At this point, we want to get it to 4 degrees. And that's when things really start to come together. If you're making it for the first time, chances are it's not going to work.
Kids, don't get discouraged if your first hot dog doesn't taste like a pack of hot dogs. Just keep on trying.
And so these are not vanilla brownies.
It's really nice and smooth.
What part is this?
These are sheep intestines. What we're gonna do is we're gonna thread the casings onto the feeder tube. This is essentially the skin that's gonna keep all that meat together. Just tie a knot at the end, and that's ready to go.
Okay.
Add the puree into the tube.
Look at that.
Yeah.
This is how hot dogs are born.
That's right.
I will never ever look at a hot dog in the same way.
So that's it? All you have to do is really just take a string and tighten it.
And so that right there, that is a hot dog.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna take these lengths and we're gonna hang them in the fridge. And these are gonna dry up a little bit. Because that is what gives a hot dog that rubbery texture when you bite into it. It's gonna turn it slightly more pink.
I'm going to confess something to you. This has been the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my entire life, which is to watch hot dogs get made and then stand here and just talk about these hot dogs without actually eating it. Why don't we go to one of my favorite hot dog places in Montreal.
Let's do it.
So let's hang these up and let's get out of there.
All right, cool.
It's all on Only in Montreal, so you can get whatever you want.
We're gonna get a number 2, number 3, and number 4. I'm hungry. Cheers.
The hot dog, whether they be bad or good.
Cut me loose.
Like many Montrealers, my love of the hot dog runs deep, and in this town there is no shortage of outlets for this love. The newest one being the all-natural Show Dog, created by Jonathan Chung and Mark Degg. They've shown me theirs, now I'm going to show them mine. My favorite hot dog, that is, the Lafleur dog. But not just at any Lafleur's. This is where it all began, the first one ever on Lafleur Boulevard, a Montreal institution since 1961.
All right, boys. It's all on Only in Montreal, so you can get whatever you want.
Oh, that's dangerous.
We have got
dangerous.
$35 here. I will have le numéro 1, le vapeur, moutarde et choux, s'il vous plaît.
And we're gonna get a number 2, number 3, and number 4. I'm hungry.
$33.50.
$33.50. There we are. Boys, welcome to your future. This is it. Look at these bad boys. Oh wow, fellas. You have outdone yourselves here. Let's eat. I just love hot dogs in general. The steamy to me is perfection when it comes to Casper jobs. That's a proper texture of a steamed bun right there. That's what it's supposed to look like. The inside of the Michigan, ladies and gentlemen.
I just had a hot dog burp.
It tastes like a hot dog.
It tastes like a hot dog.
Amazing. The Supreme was awesome. I really like the Supreme.
It was like a bacon and hot dog grilled cheese sandwich.
It really turns into like that grilled cheese bread.
I want more. I love hot dogs, whether they be bad or good.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, there you go. Cheers.
To hot dogs, whether they be bad or good.
To learn more about Only in Montreal, visit citytv.com.